What's up, y'all? I'm Chris H. 508. This is On the Spot, and today we got a very special guest. Please introduce yourself. Tell us your name, where you're from, and what you got going on.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, my name is Vega, and I'm a singer that made rock music. My last release was The Society and White Hill, that actually are songs that, well, all my songs are very special for me, but White Hill is like, I don't know, just hit different. And I'm from Mexico City, for be exact.
Wow. So, number one, I had a chance to check out some of your music. I was watching the Little Me video. I was watching other stuff on your YouTube, and I was listening to Jail Alive, one of your recent singles, and I like what you got going on. And you're the first artist from Mexico City, Mexico, to ever be on the show. So that's a big deal over here, and really nice to have you on the show. I want to talk more about your music. I want to talk more about your journey. I want to talk more about your influences, and I want to find out more about you. But before we do that, I want to officially welcome you to On the Spot. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very honored to be the first person from Mexico.
You gotta clap it up. You gotta do a round of applause because it is definitely nice to have you on the show. And the first question that I always like to start off with is your name. So tell the people again, what is your artist name? Who gave it to you? Why did you choose it? What does it mean? Tell us the story about your name.
Okay, perfect. Well, my name is Vega because my real name is Azul, like the color in Spanish, blue. And my surname is De La Vega, but it was too long, like Rock De La Vega, and I think that it already exists, so no. And actually, it happened because I never liked the name of Azul, and I started like rock music since the pandemic, so I didn't know anything about rock. And the first band that I listened was Guns N' Roses, and I just fell in love, man. I just get hypnotized with the Slash solo of Sweet Child of Mine. Yeah. When I look actually at the concert of Tokyo, I think 92, I watched the crowd that Axel was having, and I said, that's rock, man. I want to be that. I am that. And it just like, I want that. I want to be that. And God says like, okay, your name's Rock.
Wow.
Yeah, totally.
I think that's very cool. I like your first name though. I've never heard of anybody with that name, but I think it's pretty cool. But I think it's also cool you put it as Rock as your first name now. Rock Vega. You shortened up the last name. You took your influences, Rock Vega, and Guns N' Roses isn't a bad place to start because they're definitely an amazing band. So now we know Rock Vega. And I'm going to put your name right down below. Y'all make sure to give her a follow right now. Lock in. Click that link in the bio. Drop some comments. Leave some feedback. Send some DMs. Definitely want to support this artist like y'all want to be supported. The next thing I want to ask you about, I know you kind of mentioned it a little bit, but I want to make sure it was clear because, we're kind of moving fast here. But when have you been singing for a long time? Did you just start singing a few years ago as you got into this? Like, how did you get into writing and recording music? When did you officially start releasing music? And I know you said you want to be on stage in front of a lot of people, but what are some of your other motivations to keep making music?
Right. Well, in the pandemic, before that, I was singing in the chorus of the school, and we was like in church and all of that. So yeah, I always like to sing, but I never wrote music like mine. So in the pandemic, I are having a lot of things in my house, like a disturbing childhood and all of that. So I got my first guitar at my 13, I guess, and yeah, and I didn't know how to play it like in a professional way. I'm a guitarist at the level of Axl Rose. And well, I started to write about the family problems that I got, like how I feel. I've been struggling like a little mental health, so yeah, it was like a relief. And when I started to release music was actually this year, but I started to record it in 2021, but
Hmm.
it yeah, but it was demos that wasn't produced by myself at a 100%, and was something that really pissed me off and make me feel a little frustrated because it was like, okay, this is my music, these are my composition, but are not my handers. So I actually cry a little. But then in 2023, I got the opportunity of record it again, and I said, okay, Rock, this is the moment. You got this, and I did it. So yeah,
That's awesome. So on these songs that we're hearing, like Jail Alive, so you're playing guitar and you're singing on them.
I play all the instruments, and the battery and the drums are intelligent. I mean, are by computer and all of that.
Wow. Okay, that's very
Yeah,
very cool.
yeah,
You don't
thanks.
you don't see that a lot. That's very unique to me. You're doing something that not a lot of people are doing. Playing the guitar, you're singing, especially females, especially Mexico. I don't know how much there is in Mexico, but I don't see that a lot anymore. It kind of reminds me of the 90s when all these bands were coming up, and you kind of have this throwback vibe and kind of this timeless sound, which I really like. You can never go wrong with a guitar and some singing and some real music, talking about yourself and your family and your surroundings and things like that. So I actually want to find out a little bit more about you, though, outside of the music, right?
Okay.
Outside of the music,
Okay.
what is one thing you want the people to know about you that maybe we wouldn't expect? It might surprise us. Maybe a hidden talent, maybe a hobby you do. Like, tell us a little bit more about you.
Okay, let's see. I don't know. I mean, it's complicated to think about outside the music because I think that I'm a mix in between Axl Rose and Nicky Six because I got the sometimes like I don't know. I think I'm funny sometimes. I like so much to talk with people, and I talk a lot. That's something about me. I talk a lot. Yeah, I like swim. I like a lot the water. Uh, I like to swim a lot. I don't know, man. I guess yeah. I mean, I believe in God. I love God.
Mm,
That's
I
something
like
about
that. I
me.
like that. That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, that's a rock star. God is a rock star, and
God's a rock star.
God
I
is a
love that.
rock star.
That's true.
Yeah, basically that.
Okay, so I just want to get to know you a little bit better. Let the people watching, I think a lot of people are liking what they're hearing. You have a great spirit, a positive personality. You're always smiling, especially during the interview. So
Thank
I
you.
like it. You seem very cool so far. But now I want to ask you another question outside of the music. You coming from Mexico City, Mexico. If you were planning your next vacation or maybe taking a business trip somewhere, where's one place you want to visit that you haven't been yet?
Okay, that I haven't been yet. Okay, let me think. Probably Salt Lake City. I guess that it's pretty. I
Salt
don't know,
Lake
like
City. I've never heard anyone say that. Why Salt Lake City?
oh, because there's how can I say it? The Temple of Mormons that is there. It's like the principal there. So I don't know. I think that it's pretty cool, pretty beautiful, and well, I don't know, man. Probably Lafayette, Indiana, because Axel is from there,
Really?
and yeah, and I know that it's a town that it's not at all touristic, but I want to be there and say, well, this is the place where Axel was born, so it could be interesting.
That's very cool. So I can relate to that. Some of my favorite artists, I've checked out, where they're from and
Yeah,
where they moved to and stuff like that, famous sites. So I'm into that type of stuff too. So it's not really that weird. It's pretty normal to me at least.
yeah.
But Salt Lake City and Indiana, those are two places that we never hear on the show. That's why I like to ask. And now I'm wondering about this temple. I didn't even know about that in Salt Lake City. So you're sharing some information with the people watching. But now I want to get back to the music. And I want to actually find a little bit more about your influences and your inspirations. And I know we know Guns N' Roses is up there. We know we got to put Guns N' Roses up there very high on the list. But who are your top three musical influences and inspirations?
Okay, fine. Yeah, like taking out the Guns N' Roses of the list. I think that in first place I will really put Nicky Six, the bassist of Motley Crue, because he's my hero, man. I mean, I read his book and I said, man, I'm pretty similar to him in a lot of things.
Wow.
And actually, it's curious because you say that that I remind you to Courtney Love, and I really love Courtney Love. It was my principal influences in 2021. I listened to her, only to her, to Hall and all of that. Kurt Cobain also, but I don't know. In top three, I will put. I don't know. Let me think. Uh, I mean, I got to put a Slash. I know that you said, but Slash have a band that is called The Conspirators and Miles Kennedy. So yeah, I will put that on the list.
So so I'm pretty good to pick up Courtney Love at home, huh? I feel
Yeah, good, good ear.
I know a lot about all types of music. Trust me. So and I know her music and her album and stuff like that. So I come from the '90s era. So definitely you're doing a great thing with the music. And I want to, before we run out of time, we only got a few minutes left. I want to make sure we get a chance to talk about your music. So for the people watching, if they haven't heard your music or seen any of your videos yet, what is the first song you want the people to check out right now? Tell them the name, tell them where they can find it, and let us know what the title is and what the song means and what we should expect.
Okay, I would love to go to check Little Me and White Hell, because Little Me, it's I think that it's very important for the people that have a disturbing childhood or have a past that they want to leave behind and to be the new version of them. Because sometimes the society hurt a lot, and I think that we are pretty harmed. But I think that if we all work together, we can help to have a better world, like with a better mental health. And that's why White Hell is about. That's why I said like that's the song are like the principal. And well, Little Me have a video clip that it explains all of this. And White Hell is more about the mental health, like it's a white hell because sometimes you are in a hell, but you spend a lot of time there that at the end is like, well, I think that this is my home or something like that. So it's like white, so it's like it's bad, but it's a little calm. It's complicated to explain, but the song explain it. So yeah,
The song will explain it, and
yeah.
got the video right here. Very, very creative, and rock. Vega, you're definitely just started releasing music this year. You worked on it for a few years before you released it. You had to record a couple times, and now you're really at the beginning of your journey. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's next. So that kind of brings me to my next question. What is next? Do you have plans on putting together an EP or a project? I know you've released a lot of singles so far. Is there a project on the way? Any music videos? Any performances? Or have you hit the stage yet? Are you going to be performing live anytime soon? Let the people know what's next for Rock Vega.
Cool. Well, I actually just released a half for my album that is called Rose. I just released just 6 songs because I want to take the whole album to a studio, to a real record, for example, Universal Record or Universal Music, sorry, or Sony Music. So people help me to do that. And yeah, basically that's the next step to hit the stage, as you said.
I want to thank you for coming through, sharing your story, letting us know more about you. But before we go, we got about 30 seconds left. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you want to talk about? Is there any shout outs you want to give or anything else you want to let the people know before we go?
Okay, thank you. No, it actually was a pretty awesome interview. I felt so comfortable here. I was nervous, but I want to ask to the people to go and follow me to YouTube, go and check it out my Spotify, and to give me a chance to enter to your heart. I won't disappoint you. I will be the next Nick Fix if you give me a chance.
I love it. You just got to keep doing what you're doing.